Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to another episode of our Final Fantasy XVI. Definitely didn't forget what I was playing for a second. Let's Play Adventure, where we are going to speak to a Moogle today. We're also going to do the main story, and also my ear itches.
They even have a Moogle.
Never seen one in the flesh. Oh, he's going to actually finish the dialogue. Well, here I am, so drink it in, Kupo.
I'm sure it's said in my father's bestiary that they live deep in the forest, and that they never reveal themselves to humans.
He knows his stuff, but what he doesn't know is that Nectar the Bold is no ordinary...
Clive.
Wait. Do you understand Moogle tongue, Kupo?
So it would seem.
Yeah, what's that all about? Finally, Kupo! I've been trying to talk to these people ever since the winds carried me here, but none of them understand a word I say. I can't read that fast! I can't read that fast! But now, here you are, my pom-pom's safe at last, you can hear me, you actually hear me, Kupo. That's it. Well, good, because God bless, I mean, it's our little secret, Kupo. Yeah, good. I'll have to check in the editing how he actually ended up here, or whatever else he said, because, my gosh, he talks so darn fast.
What do you want?
To say farewell. We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation.
Stuff! We want some stuff! What do we want? Oh, so we could just, like, have bought the blade that we manufactured, but we're not going to do that. We might be able to find better things here. Yeah, like a gold work sash. How much money do I have? Oof! I've got 16,000. That's not really... It's not really a lot. Fortunately, there's not a lot here I want to buy. What's this? Rook's Gambit? Reduces Rook's Gambit cooldown time. Residual Wind Ether. I mean, that's not super useful to me. Potions we're kind of low on. So that's going to be, like, number one, right? We're going to go ahead and... I don't want to max out my potions, because I'll probably find some more in the field. I'll tell you what. Let's do that.
Find a better price than that.
And then we'll kind of leave it there, and then we will go ahead and get the Gold Work Sash.
It'd better all be here.
Go ahead and equip it.
Off you go, then. And best of luck.
Thanks, you old...
I should probably say
Caterwallop.
Too.
What I actually need to do is not talk to Gav, but go over here and now upgrade that piece that we just purchased, because it's not good enough on its own. I've got to go ahead and already start, like, tinkering with it. So, I mean, come on. That's a pretty substantial upgrade right there.
My best work, but it'll do.
We also have, nope, that's it. Okay,
Anything
good.
else?
Alright, so I think we're much more prepared for whatever awaits us outside. And then, where is Gav? Probably over here, marked by what we're currently supposed to be doing.
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in. First sign of trouble, you make straight for Martha's Rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you're with Sid, and she'll help you out.
Understood. Thank you, Gav.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, don't get too
No need
handsy
to
with
make
Gav.
such a fuss. You take care, alright? Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
So bad at whistling.
Ready, my lady?
Ready.
I'm surprised Sid's not going with us on this little expedition. I'm sure he'll turn up. So far, this isn't following the standard, like, Final Fantasy trope of go around, build a party. Like, we're going around and meeting people, and they're joining us for these little jaunts. But they're not really sticking around, which is, in my humblest of opinions, rather tragic. 3 reads. Rising waters transformed once fertile farmland into a noisome morass, rendering it nigh uninhabitable to all but leeches and lizards. What a miserable sounding location. Can't wait to head that way. Are we gonna have to go on a really long pilgrimage to get back to Rosaria? It kind of seems that way. Also, what is up with those spires? Are those from the Fallen?
Rosaria. It's been 13 years.
But this breeze, the smell of the grass, it's just as I remember it.
You haven't been back either.
I couldn't. Bran did keep a close watch on each other in the Imperial Army. You'd get beheaded just for knowing a deserter. The only way out was on a mission.
I see.
But mostly I was afraid. Afraid to go back.
I know.
But I'm here now. Thanks to you.
It doesn't look nearly as miserable as described in the label when we were fast traveling here. But then again, we're not down into the thick of it yet, and I'm sure it just gets worse from here. Can we talk about the big spires? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it possibly mentions them here. It doesn't, unless it's somewhere in a nation occupying the western reaches of the continent of Storm, with Rosalith as its capital. When the Duchy was left leaderless in the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in the year 680, or 860 even, the Ironbloods seized the opportunity to attack the capital. Their campaign did not last long, however, as the Holy Empire of Sanbreque soon returned in full force to stake its own claim, leaving the once proud Duchy no choice but to submit and become an imperial vassal state.
That inn at the top of the hill must be Martha's Rest. Gav said the landlady's a friend.
But can we say the same for her patrons?
Imperials don't tend to take well to those with my mark. If anyone asks, I'm a branded soldier, sworn to protect my noble mistress.
Cool, who's the noble mistress? Oh, I get it. Yeah, no, I follow along. What about the dog? Do we have a cover story for the dog? How are we going to explain his presence? Hey, how are you folks doing?
Explains why there's a premium on Imperials.
Okay, well, so be it. What's up with that? Can I attack it? Can I get it? It looks like a really big... It's a bighorn. It certainly is that. I'll give it that much. It is definitely a bighorn. It's sort of hideous looking, if we're being honest. It's one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. That was clearly just a perfectly timed attack, and I'm not sure why the dodge failed. Why is fighting the cow difficult? Where is he going? Where is he going? I don't even know why I decided to attack this thing. He wasn't in my way. He wasn't presenting a challenge. I simply made the choice that I wanted to attack the bighorn. A good riddance to him, honestly. He's just kind of hideous looking, and he doesn't deserve to live in these lovely fields. He's stinking the place up with his disgusting, weird, gray, lifeless flesh, oddly straight horns, and odd hair. Look at his hair. Why does he have spiky hair? He's a cow. Cows ought not have spiky hair. Also, he's got an oddly, like, bushy tail. I'm not here for it. I'm fighting him because he's different, and that's not okay. It's not... Well, listen, I am the prince of these lands. I dictate what is and is not acceptable in my kingdom, and you are a disgusting interloper. I want a normal cow back. Someone just bring me back a normal cow. I don't feel like that's too much to ask for. Jeez, he's really going crazy right now, isn't he? Suppose I ought to take a potion. Oh, she can also heal me, I guess is what's happening there, which is cool. Wish I'd realized it was happening sooner. Good gosh. Back on my feet, though. We're not giving up this fight. It's gonna be fine. What does it take to really, like, get the dodges on this guy just right? Alright, big guy. You're not going to get another hit on me like that. We're going to go the remainder of this attack without me taking any damage. See, I told you. You had the audacity to question me. Good riddance, too. I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hate your big clumped feet. I hate the scales on your back. I'm glad that you're gone. Restoring Rosaria to the way it used to be. And, oh great, there's giant lobsters as well. This place is horrific. I don't want to restore this kingdom anymore. I just kind of want to go and not come back. Maybe it was better that it fell and the Imperials could just have it. I don't really want to be bothered putting up with it. It's a lot of nonsense around here. Just a lot of disgusting, nonsensical beasts. I can't even explain why they're here. Are those more big crabs? See, from a distance I thought they were scorpions, but what is a crab if not the scorpion of the sea? With a tail stinger that don't work right. Well, look, they've got living plants. That's exactly what this is. I told you. I knew it when I looked at it. I said, that's a death blossom. This is a horrible country. This land is terrible. Maybe it wasn't always like this. Maybe it's because, like, you know, our father and brother died, and there was no one around to cull the population of death blossoms and hideous cows. That's what we're here for. We're here to restore the kingdom to its former glory. Just like we did that time we went and fought the goblin men out in the swamps. That was just us doing our sworn duty. I really don't like these things, though. They're actually quite hideous. I'm sort of having this horrible thought of what would happen if I went outside to just do, you know, my basic lawn care sort of a situation. And while I was just trying to mow out of a slightly... Like, because that water back there wasn't very deep, so just out of a puddle, after a rainstorm, one of these things shows up. Horrific. It would ruin my day. The rest of my day would be ruined. It's like when you're a kid and you see a crawdad come crawling out of a little mound in the ground, and you weren't expecting it, and you weren't anticipating it, and you're kind of just icked out a little bit. It's like that, but to a much higher degree, because they're massive. Also, what are they called? Cray Claw? It's a horrible name, too. I don't know. I'm not happy about this. I wouldn't be... It would ruin the rest of my... I would probably not... You know what? It's bad enough when you're, like, jumped by a snake. Like, even a harmless snake, if you're not anticipating it, you know, all of your instincts, like, go... They fire up, and you start freaking out a little bit. You, like, take a step back and a deep breath, and you realize, oh, no, I'm fine. It's just like a little chicken snake or something. Get out of here, you. But for that brief moment, you're so terrified, you're like, I'm just done for the day. I'm gonna go back inside now. Mowing the yard can wait till tomorrow. It's that, but you just get your mower too close to a puddle and a giant land, sea, hybrid, scorpion, crab creature comes out, lobster creature. You're done. You're just done. Maybe it doesn't even attack you. Maybe you just... And then don't get me started, you go to weed eat and all of a sudden the death blossom's coming out after you. How do people do lawn care in this kingdom? Not good. Not well. What are these? What are these? What are these disgusting approximation of deer? It's an antelope. That's not an antelope. If that's an antelope, then I'm a gosh darn Five Guy burger and fry. A combo meal is what I am. Look at this. They're so skinny and disgusting. This is a cursed place and I hate it. This is not the direction we need to be going in either, but if we have a look at our map, yeah, look at this. The Whispering Waters? Yeah, there's gonna be loot back here. Probably also some horrific creatures, no doubt. Yeah, see, it's way too chill back here right now. There's birds, they're flying away. What's wrong with this place? Here they come. It's more claws. It's more disgusting prey claws. I don't even know how to handle this moving forward. I'm just sort of beside myself. I mean, none of this has anything to do with our actual quest here. So I hope that you all understand. This is all just for my own benefit. I want to make sure that when we leave this place, we don't have to worry about these things anymore. I'm not going to be able to get back to the hideaway and sleep peacefully in my bunk, knowing that we left these things alive. And not only, you know, now that we've destroyed some of their kin, they're going to be out for revenge. They're going to have a V for Vendetta against us. A movie I've never seen. but I know that it's got maybe Hugo Weaving and Natalie Portman, which means that it's basically a Star Wars and Lord of the Rings crossover film as far as I'm concerned. What the actual plot is, I don't know. I know that a lot of people who want to protest, like, capitalism and corporatism will buy the masks from V for Vendetta and then wear them, but then that's like a company owns those, like a big corporate company, and they make a lot of money every time you do that. So it, like, really what you should be doing is like 3D printing your own. Not that I'm supporting anything that would be illegal or be in violation of copyright, but really, I'm just saying, if you're like serious about your cause, is this a side quest? I asked previously.
Building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
Right. I wondered if we would find side quests in previously visited areas. It didn't occur to me that we might find them just passing through random areas. But naturally we would. Yeah, nope, this place has seen better days. It's overrun by goblin men! I went through the effort of taking care of these guys. You're telling me they're just back now? That's so disappointing, after everything I went through to deal with these guys. I mean, they're no match for us, obviously, at this point. In our adventure, we've, like, superpowered ourselves. We can absolutely stomp on these guys. Not that they were difficult to begin with, but still. Look at that. That guy tried to get one in on me, and he couldn't. Bless him. It's because he sucks. I mean, this is kind of a bigger dude, too. Oh, bless his soul. Hold on. We're going to go ahead and have this ready to do one of these. Yeah, there we go. Wasn't this guy considered like a little mini-boss before? I'm gonna go ahead and say not anymore. Bless. I'm just upset that the Goblin Men are back. We went through all of that effort. It kind of makes it feel like level 2 wasn't even worth it. If we just not even bothered with the Goblin Men and we'd just gone to visit with our brother and father from the very get-go, could we have somehow avoided the whole nasty business with our brother and father being brutally murdered? Perfect execution on a parry that wasn't even intentional. That's what I'm all about. Be great if this guy would drop a potion of some kind. I could definitely use it. Oh. All right, are we done with the goblins? Is that all the goblins? Have we managed the situation? Has the area been restored to its former glory? Watch this be part of the quest that's over there. Hey, my home's over there in the ruins. Would you go deal with the goblin scum that have taken it over? And then what? Is Clive going to say we already did it? Or are they going to respawn and we have to do it again because now we have a quest for it? You'd like to think it'd be one of those things. Probably end up being the other. Or it could be entirely unrelated to the goblins. This guy might just be like, because I noticed a bunch of chocobos around here.
Oi,
help!
stop and give me an hand.
My cart flipped over. Will you help me stand it up, please?
Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you? Typical. A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed.
I'd be happy to give you a hand. You don't have to be like that about the
Better a
situation.
crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you? I need your help. These
I can speak.
bastards must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. And it's really late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
I mean, that's where I'm headed anyway.
Fine.
That's the spirit. All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
It would be hilarious, you know, since we're playing the role of her servant, if she demanded the payment. It'd also be frustrating, though, because let's be honest, we've done all the work here. We're the ones physically lugging whatever this is up here. I kind of feel the need to stop and fight everything. I don't know why. We don't have to. The game isn't pressuring us to. But, like, it's free XP. And it would almost feel like we would be, like, doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't. Excuse me there, bird. or whatever you are, uncalled for aggression. Oh, it's a hornet. Of course it is. I should have realized. From the just unnecessary aggressive assault. I wasn't attacking either of you two. I was trying to fight a completely different creature, not even the same species as you. You felt the need to butt in, and now you're getting what's coming to you. Sorry, what was that about taking risks? I'm just trying to get whatever this is over here in the swamp. This is gonna be like Shrek's front door key. We'll go give him a visit. I don't care. It's a sharp fang. Just lying out here in the swamp, as does happen from time to time. Right. Okay, let's not get distracted again. Let's get like a razor's focus on our goal. Wow, they're actually like trying to get. Can I even hit them with one of these if we're not like in combat already? I've got to kill the antelope. Again, I hate them as well. They're disgusting, hideous creatures. I can't allow them to leave this space. Who knows? We might even be able to eat them at some point. That would be a great touch. If we get to the fire, and at some point someone's like, oh, I'm hungry. I've got a side quest. Can you go get me something to eat? And I'm like, dude, I've got so much antelope on me right now. All we're getting for it, though, is bloody hides, which I'm sure have some form of resale value. I don't think we'll eat them. Maybe we can craft clothing with them. I don't know. I've not paid attention to that sort of a thing. But at least we've got like a healthy supply of them at this point. And also XP. We've got to get the XP. Because I'm assuming if we don't kill everything in a map, we're going to get to a point in the game where the enemies are way too tough for us because I didn't adequately level us when we had the opportunity. Or maybe I'm just thinking of Xenoblade now, where there's just these completely random, sudden spikes in difficulty where if you weren't doing every side quest that was presented to you, you're about to suffer for it. You're going to suffer for your lack of vision. Okay, but is there anything else out here? Oh, it's just another one of these disgusting creatures. How is this all laid out? So I would expect there to be something tucked away here. Can we slip past this guy and get to it without fighting him? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to fight the bighorn. I will not suffer a bighorn to live, but we actually do have to slip. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we are. And then also back here, though? No, there's just no reason for this little area to exist. Oh, I guess we're doing this now, are we? I wonder if I'd attacked him right as he started charging, if that would have counted as a parry. You really have to be willing to just stand there and get real close to getting hit in order for a dodge to be effective with this guy, in order to get the timing right on it. And I'm not that comfortable. I know that I'm not that skilled. Actually, Torgal, can you sick him? Yeah, see what I mean? Like, unless you're willing to be right underneath it as that comes down, your dodge is not going to count as like a well-timed dodge. Hey, Gilliam! Oh, are you heading to bed? Well, hey, thanks for tuning in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Also, Lucas, I know better than to hit Alt F4, and also this is on a PlayStation, so there is no Alt F4. You goober. It was a good attempt, though. Very funny. Future generations of channel members, when they come back to do a pilgrimage through these earlier videos, are going to come back and just yuck it up when they see that for sure. I've oftentimes wondered that, right? If you go back and you watch like Howdy Folks content over the course of the last 10 years, particularly the live stuff, there's certain people who are like always going to be there. So are they going to become, like, let's say you have a person who becomes like a Howdy Folks superfan. Maybe in the future the idea of making Micah and Brenton famous pays off, right? And then I just become like a behind-the-scenes editor and I live out the remainder of my days in peace. But the Howdy Folks brand is real big, and there are people who are like super fans who go through and do like a pilgrimage through all the old content. They're gonna see me reacting to certain people more than others, right? Just because they're there more often than not. So will people see the names Gilliam and Lucas Kitts and Jake Yates? And will they be like, oh my gosh, that's them. I know that name because I hear them spoken of so often. Like how I know Marcus Tinman, but I know that name because they wrote into the Yogpod for one episode, and they spoke, or maybe they mentioned him again in another one, but they were just like, oh, he's got the strength of 10 men, right? They just went on a whole bit about him. So now, whoever that random guy is, just another Yognaut, no real different to me in my own fandom. But because they like made a big deal about his name, he's like a legend in the fandom now. For like future generations of big Howdy Folks fans, Is that what your folks' name's gonna be like? You got your big L and your big G. I don't think that flipping the breakers in my house is gonna give me a weapons upgrade, but I'll go give it a try real quick. I'll go see what happens. How about that? It's just a thought that I had the other day. It's just something I don't know. Sometimes I just have these ideas like, can we all foresee a future where like you folks are like as big a part of the Howdy Folks legend as everyone's favorite Howdy Folker, Jenna? Because let's be honest, Jenna's everyone's favorite.
Here we are. Martha's Rest.
I wonder if she has a vineyard around here. That's a reference to a location. We're not going up there just yet. I don't think it's actually, like, there's no time limit on when we need to get that box delivered. I certainly hope not, because I'm very busy right now. Trying to get a killer bee. Come on down here and get me. Oh, you know what I can do? You know what I just realized I can do? That. I don't have to go to them. I can make them come to me. Excellent. Do the same thing with this hornet. Was the hornet hanging out with the killer bee? Are they friends? Are they buddies? Because don't normally hornets and bees don't go together. I watched a video of a hornet invading a bee's nest. Or beehive if you're so inclined. Oh, beehive. And it didn't go well for the hornet. I mean, granted, it stuck it out for a long time. It basically had to be smothered to death, which looked really brutal. It's not like how I would want to go. For a bit of honey, no thank you. I will let people who run bee honey hive farms do that for me. I do eat a lot of honey these days, though. I've gone on a sort of diet that I'm getting back on now again, because I did it for a week and then went on Independence Day vacation with the family and completely ruined it. And I say it's a diet, but it's not like a I'm losing weight kind of diet, not in that sense. Rather, who are these guys? What are these guys? Rather, like, I mean diet in the sense of, this is my diet, this is what I eat, right? Like how dogs have a diet, like they eat certain things. That's what I mean when I say diet. And it's like a mostly animal product diet. So it's like mostly meat, mostly eggs, mostly like dairy. And then on top of that, I went ahead and added honey, because I'm like, that comes from an animal. That's just as animal product as anything else. So I've been eating, like, no refined sugars. None whatsoever. So I've been eating primarily honey as a sweetener. And people are like, oh, so you're on a low-carb diet. No, I never said anything about low-carb. I said animal product. Most of that is extremely low-carb. But I also do eat honey. And I eat fruits and vegetables from time to time. It's just the priority is meats, dairy, and eggs. And so I mean, I'll tell you, a delicious treat that I found is you get a little bit of milk. I tried it with a little bit of heavy cream as well. Not all heavy cream, but like milk and a little bit of heavy cream. And so you get that, and then you mix that with a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla and a squirt of honey, and it's like liquid sopapilla. It's delicious. It's like, it's the new treat, right? When you can't have cookies and ice cream and things, you can just have that, and it's super sweet. I've actually toned it down since then. I was using more honey at first. I'm like, actually, it's really good with just like a subtle bit of honey, like a subtle little bit of sweetening is almost better. And that's sort of the new dessert that I have these days. And listen, I'm not saying anyone else should partake in this bizarro diet I've manufactured for myself. But what I am saying is, like, do you like milk? Do you like a little bit of heavy cream? Do you like cinnamon? Do you like vanilla? Do you like honey? Do you like a sopapilla? If you like a sopapilla, then by all means, this is something you ought to try. It's very good. Highly recommended. How long have I been recording? 30 minutes? 30 minutes of me basically walking through a field, fighting random animals, and having a bizarro, unrelated conversation. This is almost going to be an episode unto itself. I should probably have to divide this one in two. I have to divide it in twain. Come here, you. What happened there? Wait, I don't even understand what just happened. The screen just got weird for a second. What was that? Well, it's past whatever it was. I feel like something was about to pop up there, and it didn't. Maybe I did like a perfect parry, but then the moment was over, so it just didn't bother displaying it or something. I genuinely don't know. I also don't know if we found anything over here, did we? Was there like a chest or anything worth finding? I think there was just another way up the side of the mountain that we could have taken. This is the closest thing to a truly open area we've had this entire game. It is mostly a series of hallways. but it kind of feels like a more traditional... I mean, I've not played that many Final Fantasy games. I've played mostly 7 games. Not 7 games total, but games relating to 7. And then a tiny little smidge of 15. But this is more along the lines of what I've anticipated. Hello.
Are you the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. He'll have it full of Gizal greens, no doubt. Crammed with him, if I know him.
Gizal greens.
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around.
What a funny concept.
Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters. Be sure to pass your master my regards.
This almost feels like just an introduction to side quests during main mission. Right? It's just like, hey, see, this one's just linear. Just do what you were already doing, and then at the end of it, you'll get a little extra reward. Does he have anything else to add?
And merchants are plenty through here. Enough to keep me busy, that's for certain.
Absolutely. Can we talk to her? She's technically our master. Alright, well, we've made a fool of ourselves just jumping for no reason in front of our childhood best friend and maybe love interest. So we're just gonna keep on running now and pretend like that didn't happen. It sounded like they were having some kind of a great conversation, but I'm not gonna engage with it. So we were right down there before, and it looks like we could have come up over here if we so chose. But I wonder to what end.
Arthur is as friendly as Gov claims.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
For a minute, it definitely felt like we're about to enter like a pitched combat encounter.
We'll take him over when the bridge is back up.
See, that's not a very interesting conversation. We're going to carry on. Ooh! So this has already been activated, one assumes?
Here, has this thing always been glowing?
No, that's recent as of my arrival. Well, this is a lovely little village with lovely little people.
So much for all
This lady's got a bonnet! What a wonderful touch. Bonnets need to come back into style. Big bonnet fan over here. 10 out of 10. Would bonnet again. Heck, I might wear a bonnet. You know, if it was the fashionable thing. As you folks know me, I'm real into fashion. It means a lot to me. I'm definitely not being sarcastic right now. Should we give this place a thorough once-over? I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to in the future. Definitely can't go that way, but it seems like there would be treasure down there. You think they'll stop me?
If you're heading for East Hall, you'll have to wait.
I mean, what if I just ran down here anyway? This would be a great place to just put a little chest with a little bit of something in it. And they simply chose not to. And that's alright. You know what? I appreciate they didn't want to waste our time. Except they did, because they would have known I was going down there to check anyway. And they made the choice like, there won't be anything when he gets down there. And he'll realize he's wasted his time. That's what I imagine the developers of this game sound like when they talk about their fan base. Right. Oh, here we go. Who's this fella?
Anything catch your eye?
Ooh. Okay, so he's got things that are worse than what we've already got. But he's got more sections, so he'll sell us some like random ingredients. The Founder's Footsteps Orchestration Roll. A tattered slip of parchment upon which has been hastily scrawled several bars of music and the title The Founder's Footsteps. The melody seems familiar, but the author is unknown. Adds a new song to the Hideaway's orchestra. 20,000 gil! I'm going to give that a pass. I am going to go ahead, though, and pick up a couple more potions.
Thanks very much. Much obliged.
Yeah, we're going to max that out. You know what? We'll max this out as well.
Thanks very much.
I made the decision not to when we were back because I thought we might find some more as we explored. I was wrong. We did not. So we're going to stock up now, and hopefully we can come back here in the future if needs be. I suppose if we find a place we can fast travel to, we can leave a level mid-go and probably come back afterward if we need to leave and get supplies. Oh, they're talking about proper leaders. Not just selling our blades and our bodies. Sorry, how are you making money? I mean, do what you gotta do, I suppose. Hello. How are you?
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Depends who's asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention. And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said you might be able to help us.
Follow me.
It's like flashing your secret membership card, right? When you're in the store and you're like, actually, I'm a Costco member. And they're like, come around to the back.
Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's. He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So, where is it you're headed?
For Phoenix Gate. We have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it. But he went out on another job, and he hasn't come back.
Do you think something might have happened to him?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him.
Is this going to be a situation...
And make sure he's safe. We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
See...
You said that he went out on a job?
Right. He went down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you find him well, tell him Martha sent you, and that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
See, I was sort of hoping this would be a situation where we would get a quest to go, like, do a mini-game to rebuild the bridge. And maybe it would play that song from Red Dead 2. It's like... A game that I've not played, but I've heard that song. Give me a hammer, I'll swing it, however it goes. So many times. Because Brenton unironically seems to love and adore it. And plays it in the car frequently. Oh, can we not slide down this thing? Oh, okay, I'm hitting the buttons you would use in 7 Remake to slide down, and it is not working. This is that ladder from before, though, that we saw. Oh, that's gonna be him, I guess. Yeah, okay, here we go. All the animals have respawned. Guy's under siege. Under lockdown. 18... What are they called? 18 crate claws under the bridge. At Ram Ranch. Just don't look that up. Or if you're due, I don't care. You can do whatever you want to. You know what? This is a free, independent nation. Pursue your interests and dreams. See it be of no concern to me. I do need to play the Red Dead games at some point. We started one for just to buy ages ago, when like the 4K patch came out for Xbox One X at the time, which was crazy, and it also like leveled out the frame rate for the first time in the game's history. And then I own two. I think my darling beloved mother got it for me for Christmas one year. I think the year it came out, and I've just not had the opportunity to play it, and I'd like to. I think I might even own the Spider-Man. I do own the Spider-Man game for PS4.
Not at all. You're Bernard the carpenter, yes?
I am. I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn round. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
We're just glad you're safe.
Why, I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, eh?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away. The trusses are still sturdy. It's just a matter of replacing the stringers and relining the deck. I'll have it done in no time.
Thank you, Bernard. We were hoping to take the road to Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do.
That's true.
Thank you, my lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far enough.
I see.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right, and she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
We will.
I'm really upset that we're not going to get our bridge building minigame, though. I like to picture it as maybe having been like a rhythm game where you've got to hammer in the nails in time. So you get like and you just like hit the trigger button to hammer in the nails. And if you mess up, Jill goes, "Oh, you missed one." See, that's good game design. What are these guys doing? What's going on here? Oh boy. Brooks, no sharps. Martha Brooks, no sharps. The following cheatery will be repaid with a swift boot to the arse. Mucking, stacking, packing, peeking, palming, foisting, and fingering. Alright then. Undressing greens of... listen, I don't actually care. I don't actually care. It's interesting there's things around here to read, but let's focus on the plot.
Ah, you're back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine. And he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank the Founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They'd nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
We'd be delighted.
It's a kind enough offer. We'll absolutely take it. Building bridges. Literally, though. It's not even metaphorical. Unless maybe it's a double entendre, like it means both. Which makes sense, because we've built bridges with the community as well.
Flagon of Imperial Gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth. About why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme. Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late, so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer. Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, aye. Let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well, it's all dealt with now. So no harm done, eh?
That's awful.
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
What's messed up?
Unbelievable, innit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings. Now they've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them.
Imagine a world where you have people with magical powers, and they're the ones, they're not in control.
Since you're not drinking, do me a favour and take that to the Abbey. There's a darkness at the heart of this world, and I'd have you see it.
And we'll see it at an abbey?
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Understood.
Prioritize quests, absolutely. This is a dark, dark world we found ourselves in. Make for the bay. Oh, that's like in a whole different region, I guess. Am I gonna have to like travel there manually? Well, I guess we'll wait for that next time. Till then, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every single one of you out there. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.